All right, we'll try this again. Okay, Rhonda's back. Yeah, I don't know. Sometimes the internet does weird things. It's not uncommon for the monitor to tell me that it's trying to reconnect, but usually it doesn't cause a problem. I don't know. We'll see what happens. Seems to be happier right now. Sometimes you just get a bad stream. Generally, that's how the internet works. It's a whole bunch of little portals all over the place, and it kind of creates this dot to dot pattern going from wherever it's coming from to wherever it's going, and it can be a different path each time. And maybe we just got a bad link somewhere. Sunday's a busy day for internet. That's possible too. Hello, Bill. How are you? Hi, Tracy. Welcome back. Never know what's going to happen in the world of live internet. Keeps things interesting, though, right? Hi, Dana. Yeah, I don't know what happened last time, but it happens. Good morning, Scott. How's everybody doing today again? How was my week? Well, I'm glad the week's over. This was a long week. We've been in a maintenance cycle at work. So basically, it started a week ago yesterday, which was the last day of my last week, and then I ended up working Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and this is the first day I've had off now in nearly 2 weeks. So it's good to have a little time off. It's good to not have to get up at 5 a.m. Yeah, I guess I haven't seen that kind of thing, Tracy. I don't know if I've actually seen that particular one, but Bill hasn't had luck with blueberries. Well, I'm going to see what happens here too. I don't know. Everything I do in this yard is just kind of an experiment to see what'll work. If one of those bushes get are successful, then that's a good thing. Yeah, they canceled the mask mandate last week at work too, so I'm out of masks again, at least temporarily. I don't know. They withdrew the requirement about a year ago and then brought it back again. So I don't know. I hope that this is the end, but I'm fearful that they'll start up again at some point. Do I always work 12-hour days? Not when we're on the maintenance cycle. That's what makes those a little bit more tolerable. Is that it's just an 8-hour day, so I'm still going in at 7 a.m., but I'm usually out of there by 3:30. So I get a little bit of a day left, and but that's over now. So the downside of the 8-hour days is there's no weekends at that point. It's it's all hands on deck for that period, and everything else is secondary. So why can't you eat stuff that's planted in the ground? That kind of discourages farming, doesn't it? How are the plants in the front yard doing? A lot of the plants that I have in the yard lose their leaves in the winter, so they don't look uh, they don't look very pretty right now. They're all pretty bare, but it turns out they'll come back just like they did last year. I thought for sure I'd lost a couple of plants that I planted last year, but they came back, so I expect they will again this year. So they got a radiation issue in Port Hope, Ontario. I'll have to look that up. Did I learn anything new on this maintenance cycle? Not really a whole lot. It was just I did more stuff than I've done before. Um, before it was me and someone else. This time, basically, it was me entirely doing this stuff. I still think I'm capable of doing more, but you know what? It'll come. Hi, Barb. Fuel rods and uranium. That's nasty radiation too. Oh, okay. That's kind of scary, actually. I'll look this up here a little bit. Hang on. Okay, well, I got the info in there now. I can look it up later here, but that's scary. You like the lights in the background? Oh, thanks. Yeah, the little laser thing has kind of been with me for a while. You may remember even when I was doing live streams in the house in California, or in the house in the apartment that I had before I moved here. I had like Christmas lights dangling down. So I don't know. It makes the background a little bit more interesting to look at. Hello, Gene. How are you? There's the birthday boy. Yeah, that's scary. that scary? How old is he? I'm assuming you're talking this dude here. He's 15 today. He's a big boy. His sister too. She just doesn't make much of an appearance here. They tell you it's fine. Yeah, of course they do. Otherwise, you might hold them accountable and make it fix it. Did you see that? Susan says you can get your learner's permit. You're not really a fan of the car, though, are you? No, probably not. Yeah, you like the micro wrestling vlog? Yeah, that's been one that I've been kind of waiting for a couple months. Hubby loved it. I spent 2 days editing that video because the video was about, the raw video was like 2 hours long because that's the whole event was about 2 hours. And I said, well, I'm not going to be able to do a 2 hour video on this. And I wasn't sure if it would even be popular, if people would hate that. So, I didn't want to put 2 hours of it and just really drive it home that. So I ended up editing out what I thought were just editing in what I thought were the most athletic and impressive moves or the most funny scenes. There's a lot though that I had to edit out. I'd never been to any kind of a wrestling thing either. So I mean, I knew that pro wrestling was already fake, and I figured this was just going to be a caricature of that. So had to be great. And those performers are really athletic. They can because I mean they were just running around the whole time too. Yeah, it's actually both of their birthdays. They're brother and sister, so at least I think they are. Yeah, good beer, definitely. I've been to that place before, And in fact, I really enjoyed the beer. And as I said before, I said on the video, I think, I was aware of Bear Arms Brewery before I went there and liked their beers. So, that was the same place I went, last summer, I think, when they gave me that tour. I mean, I knew the whole thing was fake when I went into it, but it was obviously fake when you sat there and watched it. You could see that, in order to make big noises, if they pounded somebody, they'd be stomping on the mat, so it made a lot of noise on that. And a lot of times their timing was off, and so one person would strike the other one, and then there'd be like a 2 second delay, and then the person would fall down or something like that. It was funny. Yeah, it was. It was a blast. I had a great time doing it. In fact, I'm in the process. I printed out an 8x10 of the flyer. I'm going to hang that up. That's going to be one of my memories. Something to go on the wall somewhere. Keep all your memories in a box. How can you enjoy them? I keep mine on the wall. I was thinking, just about everything on the wall has some sort of memory attached to it. My mom's good. My mom's good. They were hoping for a little rain, but I guess they didn't get much. And now it's supposed to be hot again. So my mom's like me. She loves it when it rains. We supposedly are going to get a nice thunderstorm coming through here tomorrow. So I'm hoping that lasts. It started off early last week saying, about 75%. Now they're saying it's like, 97, 99, 100% chance of rain tomorrow. So who knows? We might get a little rain tomorrow. Yeah, we got that little rainstorm that blew through here on Monday. It happened right before the wrestling tour, and it was it's funny. Texas rainstorms are strange. Because it'll be one little teeny tiny thin line that's like 2, 3, 400 miles long and maybe a mile wide, where it's just really, really violent weather, and then there's nothing before it and nothing after it. So, if it's a fast moving storm, it'll blow through in just a couple of minutes. And you may get an inch of rain in that time, or a lot of thunder and lightning, which of course, I love that. It's not very often where you get a storm that just steadily drops rain on you for like hours and hours and hours. It's usually it starts and it's over. And like I said, you look outside right now, it's perfectly clear out, but tomorrow we're supposed to get pounded. So gotta love Texas. Yeah, I don't know if I was ever really afraid of thunder and lightning. I was always kind of fascinated by it. Yeah, the weather can't really seem to make up its mind what it wants to do here either. About a week ago, we had a cold front blow through here, and it was like really cold at night. It would get into the 30s. I'd go into work, and cars that had been sitting in the parking lot would have frost on them. Yeah, I love lightning and thunder too. 70 in northern Florida. Oh man, you sure got it tough. Rhonda's not a fan of lightning and thunder, huh? All right. I love a good electrical storm. Maybe I'll get some good footage if they said potentially a powerful lightning and thunder. So I don't know. Fingers crossed. Yeah, Bite and Nibble are not fans of thunder. Definitely, they go hide in the bathtub when it's thundering. House you grew up in was hit by lightning several times, huh? Yeah, first day of spring. Yeah, we're finally getting there. It's gonna start warming up. I'm sure glad I got the pool cover on right now because the leaves are dropping off that tree like crazy. Charlotte says, mommy cries when it storms." Yeah, I'm not really a. I mean, I like daylight savings time. I don't like the fact that we switch back and forth. I think here in the U.S. they're actually even talking about it. I think the U.S. Senate unanimously passed a bill to abolish that and just stay on daylight saving time all the time. Rhonda doesn't like horses either. So you're probably never going to be out riding a horse in a thunderstorm then, huh? Can we say that safely? Yeah, I am too. I've had those blueberry bushes now well, I haven't really done a whole lot in the yard ever since I've been working the last 12 or so days. But I bought those, I don't know, probably 2 weeks ago. And we've been sitting in the yard ever since. So 350 in Tacoma, Washington for gas. Your gas is lower than ours is. Ours is almost $4 here. That's insane. considering just a year ago, year and a half ago, it was $1.87. Yeah, you win $6. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know if that can be considered a win though. $2 a liter. That's a lot too. Because what are they, about 4 liters in a gallon? I don't know. Let's do the crunching here. Okay, it's 2.64. So at $2 a liter, that's you're paying about $5 a gallon, a little more than $5 a gallon. That's why Bill got a motorcycle because of the gas mileage. Huh? That's also the reason why I didn't get a pickup truck. I'm glad now I didn't do that. Gasoline is a little higher now because of the war, but it's been going up for the last year and a half. The war has only been going on for 3 weeks. $4.59 in the Chicago suburbs. Yikes! You bought it last week for $3.59. Now it's $4.50. It went up $1 in a week. Yikes! I thought it was bad here. Well, it is bad here, but I'm glad that I work so close to where I live. That really saves the day right now. The fact that I can fill up my gas tank and not have to fill it up maybe for a month. Yeah, yeah. I think in San Francisco it's probably $7 a gallon. I wouldn't be surprised at that. Los Angeles probably too. Good afternoon, Suzanne. How are you? Okay, he's done. Well, I couldn't get out of California fast enough. Nibble isn't one for really being handled. Cat fur all over me here. Yeah, Bite's over there paying attention to the brush. Yeah, getting in the spring and it's really starting to shed a little bit now. Get the cat fur out of my mouth. Logan says my cat. There you go. We're gonna send you to We're gonna send you to Canada. What do you think, Bite? Want to go live with Charlotte and Logan? Yeah, unfortunately, I think you're right, Suzanne. It ain't over yet. I did it. Now she's looking for where she can sleep in the bed. All right, what am I missing here? Yeah, I'm hoping the berries go well too. Like I said, it's going to partially be for me and partially be for Flash. I know Flash will love having berries to eat, and we'll probably leave some of them for her. I know she loves strawberries. In fact, when she's been given strawberries, she'll eat them and stain her face red. So I'm expecting that there'll be all sorts of different colors her face will be because of the berries. The mask mandate at work ended last week. In fact, they announced right before we went into maintenance cycle that uh, starting this Monday that the mask mandate was done, and you didn't have to do it if you were vaccinated. But then a day or so later, they said, you know what, we're going to up it by a week to correspond to the maintenance cycle. So that night, I think it was Saturday night when I walked out of the place. I took my mask off and threw it in the trash can. That was the end of that. Thanks for stopping in, Tracy. Good seeing you. Do the cats ever have hairballs? Yeah, every once in a while you'll hear them hacking one up. Do I get much sun in the front yard? Yeah, the sun kind of comes up over the front yard in the morning, and so kind of that end of the house is in direct sunlight in the morning until about noon. You know, in terms of like this side of the house, it gets a little afternoon sun, but the sun kind of comes up and goes this way. And so it goes down over there and it comes up over here. So the house isn't oriented direct north, south, east, west relative to the sun. The front of the house right in front of me is probably pointed kind of northwest. So that kind of gives you an idea what's going on. Yeah, I haven't really been one for hanging pots, probably because I'm kind of tall and I end up bumping my head on stuff like that. So, and since I have such a nice big yard, I want to do as much as I can with the yard. Oh, I got one blackberry bush right now, and it's doing pretty good. So I don't know. I want to see if it's going to work well. Because I mean, I'm not looking to grow blackberries or raspberries or blueberries or anything else for the point of harvesting and selling them. I just want them for myself. So I think what I've done is I've chosen the area I think that they'll get the best sunlight in the backyard because I don't really want to grow, you know, berries and stuff like that in the front yard. The front yard is kind of more of a different kind of environment I'm trying to do. Ugh. Ah, there we go. Those usually come in threes. Ah, part of the fun. Berries in the Instant Pot. I don't know. Maybe. Some blueberry muffins, some blackberry muffins, some raspberry muffins. All sorts of options here. I heard of Arrow Garden. I don't think I have. Thank you, Charlotte. You're a sweetheart. Excuse me for a second. I gotta go get Kleenex. Ah, yes, the joys of a scratchy nose. I'm always a little sniffly in the morning. I don't know, something set me off just now. Hope the cats have a meowy birthday. Are you having a meowy birthday bite? Oh, and the pets just came running, I know. Hey, bye. Always makes me laugh when I see there's other conversations going in here. Do I ever take allergy medicine? No. I'm a little congested usually in the morning, but that usually clears up in the first hour or so. I thought about interviewing some of the wrestlers, but they were part of their profit making thing was you could get pictures taken with them, and I wasn't gonna, pay money to interview them. If they want to be interviewed, that's great. But I am seeing the options of doing interview type vlogs, because I don't know. I've done a couple of those already now, and I think they turned out all right. It's got to be something that I'd be interested in, though. Logan says I sound like mommy sniffing all the time, huh? Well, I hope not. Yeah, I think they seem to get decent amount of exposure. There were an awful lot of people there that night, and every one of the ringside seats was taken. So between that and the tickets for the raffle to go to get a personalized photo of them and or with them, and opportunities at the end to get a to pay to get a photo with your favorite performer. I think they cleaned up. They did well that night. And they seem to travel around and do that. They're a group that's based out of Pigeon Forge, Tennessee, I think is where they say. Yeah, as seen in the Microtorium in Pigeon Forge, Tennessee. It was a blast. Had a good time. It was a micro marvel. Yes, it was. Yeah, I could see something like that happening. I was disappointed that Alan West didn't didn't beat Greg Abbott for in the primary, but he came in second, so he got a good strong showing. But Greg Abbott, I guess, is pretty popular here. I kind of try and avoid doing, you know, too many political things. I kind of want this vlog to be kind of political free, politics free. But like I said, you get a chance to interview who may be the next governor of the state. You're going to take that opportunity. Oh, they were all a blast. Yeah, I mean, like I said, I got 2 hours of footage. What you saw was just what I boiled it down to. Jordan keeps telling me I need to try and score an interview with George W. Bush. The scary thing is, I probably could do it. I could probably get an interview with him. And that terrifies me a little bit, I'll admit. I mean, what do you say to the President of the United States? Even if it's just a former president. Definitely be the most famous person I ever had on my vlog. That's true. And the fact is, Crawford's very, very close. Crawford, Texas, where he lives, is in the same county as Waco. In fact, there's people here in Waco that have had encounters with the Bushes. Oh, Jordan would have had a blast at the micro wrestling thing. Ask the president if I can get the micros to interview with me. I don't know if he'd charge or not. I mean, the fact that this is just something independent, it's not something I'm being paid to do. It's just something I do on the side. The fact that, there's commonalities, we both live in the area, we both moved from somewhere else to be in Texas, to be in this part of Texas. I mean, that's something, I'd probably say up front, I don't want to even talk politics. I just, want to learn what's going on in his life. I know he's been doing some painting. It'd be fun to do that. It'd be fun to look or check out the Bush Ranch. I know he likes going bike riding. That'd be fun to do. I probably wouldn't show the JFK vlog, but I was thinking this morning. And I think Jordan was mentioning this too. That I ought to pick a couple of videos and send them to him, let him see the kind of stuff I was doing. I didn't, and I mean the JFK one would seem to be maybe an obvious one, but it's probably one I'd stay away from. I'd probably, maybe send him the one where I went to the rededication ceremony of the Doris Miller Memorial in Waco. I thought that would be maybe a good one. There's been a bunch of things that I've done that I think would at least show him who I am. Yeah, you could do a question thing where yeah, that's true. Go live with them, huh? Like I said, the idea of something like that is still a little intimidating to me. You know, I was nervous going and talking to Alan West, but you know, Alan West is a really, really nice guy, though. I mean, it's just I've been aware of him for a long time, and so when that wasn't even the first time I met him. I went to an Alan West speech a few years ago in Waco and got to meet him then. And show him the video where I went into the house. Yeah, that'd be the one. Charlotte says I can do anything, huh? Yeah, it is something that I think would be fun to do. I'd have to really sit down and do my research and come up with some good questions. Yeah, some things you'd never expect. Well, that's sort of what Jordan was suggesting too. Is you know, he suggested trying to reach out to him and tell him kind of generally tell him my story. That I'm a recent California immigrant and who moved to Texas and started over and started a new life and have been doing some vlogging about it. And I'd really like to talk to the president. I don't and say I don't really want to talk about politics or anything, but that we could just want to talk about why he chose Texas and what he loves about Crawford and what he's doing in his life and stuff like that. That's kind of the direction I want to go with it. I don't really want to do a political one. You know, when people talk to presidents, they're always political in nature, and I just want to go in another direction. It would be very cool to meet the president, though. You'd like to know if he has an instant pot. There you go. Yeah, exactly. See what he does in his spare time. Find out about his hobbies. Like I said, he's a rancher, and I guess he's working that ranch, or maybe paying somebody to work that ranch. Just kind of enjoying his retirement. Yeah, well, yeah, that's it. He does paintings, and it'd definitely be interesting to see some of his work. And I know he likes cycling, and so I could bring my bike over there and ride around the ranch. What kind of animals on the ranch? I would assume it's horses and cows and that kind of stuff. Yeah, but a Bill O'Reilly interview would have been a political interview, and I'm not looking to go that direction. Additionally, Bill O'Reilly doesn't live in the next town over, and isn't just some independent guy who just wants to get to know him. I've seen some of his work. He seems to be reasonably talented. There's the birthday boy again. Oops, off the carpet here. Yeah, that's kind of what I'm thinking too, Jeffrey. Might, might pique his interest just the fact that I don't want to talk politics. Yeah, just get to know him. How did he cope with the pandemic? Does he buy stuff on Amazon? Does he have cats? Do they co-host a role in his vlog? Yeah, right. This cat does, doesn't he? You gonna come up here, Bite? Huh? Come on up and visit. That always gets his attention. Yeah, he did have a dog in the White House. Well, I'm sure he doesn't have a clue who I am either. But that also might be the thing that says, hey, let's take a shot. What I do, like I said, is send him a couple of my vlogs and let him look and see the kind of stuff I do. Hey, you. Well, I would have to expect that there'd be a background check, but I'm clean. They're not going to find anything on me, and I'm sure I'll get wanted if I go onto the compound. That's to be expected. I see Nibble peering around the corner. Just kind of catch her out of the corner of my eye there. And then, of course, we got little bites staring at us right here. Yeah, there we go. I'll drop my dad's name. I'm sure the Bushes know my dad. All your cats are sitting in front of the TV. Good. We need more viewers, people. Have your cats hit that like button. I know, how cool would that be? Become friends with the Bushes. Yeah, Nibble's a secret agent. Yeah, she's spying on us for the Russians. Little do they know that if the Russians just tuned into the live stream, they could see everything they want. All right, Rhonda's going to give the kiddies email addresses and log them in. Yeah, it was definitely fun telling people what my dad did when I was a kid. When I was, what does your dad do for a living? Oh, he makes airplanes. Oh, yeah, that's cool. Unfortunately, at the best time to do that, the project was classified, so we didn't even know what he did. Yeah, he was one of a kind. Well, hey, Nibble, you did come out, didn't you? Typical thing, goes and walks around the lazy boy chair there. See if we can get her to pop out here again. Of course not. I don't even see her. She's just a scaredy cat. Oh, there she is. She's peeking her head out. You can't really see her, but she's kind of right there. That always gets Bite's attention. Nibble's a little bit more cautious. Oh well. We get a dog watching now. Connie's dog is watching us too. Like I said, get him to hit the thumbs down or the thumbs up button. Don't hit the thumbs down button. That's not good. It is her birthday, so she can be fussy. Yeah. Problem is, it isn't always her birthday, and she's always fussy. Bob Buttons is staring at Bite. There we go. Flying is scary, but it is kind of interesting too. When I'm in the airplane, I'll spend a lot of time just staring out the window. One of the trips I went, they actually had an interactive uh, map that would show you exactly where you were. So it would have like images of the ground as you were going over it, and it'd say, "Oh, this is this place." You look up, and oh yeah, there it is. Nibble is a woman, so women reserve that right. I knew there had to be something like that, some spoken or unspoken rule that says how we're allowed to behave. It explains everything. It really does. Yeah, I'm looking forward to seeing Flash at some point. The art is basically ready for her, and I know she'll love it when she gets here. Yeah, it does. It's been a long time. It's been more than 2 years. because I haven't been to California now since my father's funeral, and that was more than 2 years ago now. Compared to the fact that in that first year that I was here, I went back and forth, at least half a dozen times. Apparently, the YouTube censors have a problem with Shih Tzus. Am I planning to visit California soon? I hope so. Yeah, I like I said, I just got to get going. Talk to the boss about it. I know I keep saying that, but it's every time to go. It just seems like this isn't a good time to go. This isn't a good time to go. But one of these days, I'm just going to have to say, you know what? It's never a good time to go, but I'm going. I got to do something this year anyway because the company has changed their policy for vacation time. In the past, um, you could take, if you didn't use up your vacation this year, roll in the next year. Well, they don't want to do that anymore. So they want to pay you out for your vacation if you don't use it. I think they just got probably too many cases where people would build up like 2 or 3 months of vacation time and then just go off for 3 months. No, I don't think I'm going anywhere near a theme park in California, at least not one particular theme park, which shall remain nameless. That theme park in Florida has had all sorts of problems like that. That But I've got like 2 years of time that's built up there, so I got a lot of vacation time coming. Oh, national parks. Yeah, I definitely want to do some national park vlogs. That was something I did a lot of when I was a kid, and because that was where my family went on family vacations every year, was national parks, and I had a blast doing that. And I think I'll appreciate it more because I'll understand the geology behind it, and it'll be my trip rather than me just tagging along with my parents and going to see what they want to see. I would love to learn how to fly. That would be something that would definitely be on a bucket list for me. I clean my glasses here. I can't see. Logan is going to stay here with me with the cats, huh? That's cool. Logan, you're hired. All you got to do is get down to Texas here. That's something else I would enjoy going down and vlogging is Johnson Space Center. Not necessarily in correlation with the bushes, but it's something I'd have a kick out of doing. There's also a big space center in Huntsville, Alabama. I know because I visited there once. There was one summer when I was working in the CD world where the department I worked in Huntsville, Alabama, was down people, and so they actually brought me in there, and I spent the summer in Huntsville, Alabama that year, and got to kind of check out that place. And there was a lot of fun stuff. There were some cool caverns there, and there's a famous space center there, and that was fun to see. All right, so Logan's on her way down, huh? All right, well, let me know when she gets here. That's something else I would have loved to have seen was a shuttle launch. I got to see, I think it was the Endeavor, which was in California. I went with Jordan on a vlog on that one. That's the closest I've ever gotten to a shuttle. Yeah, how cool would that be to go with George Bush to the Johnson Space Center together, get his take on some of that stuff. Yeah, and I would like to see some of the parks here in Texas too. I hope that doesn't happen. I think you do better with a military if it's an all volunteer military, because then you get people that want to be there. If you start drafting people, then you're going to get people in there that don't want to be in there, and that's not a good idea. I don't think. You got to love the fact that we have a country that people are willing to risk their lives to go and defend. I haven't been wearing the Fitbit lately. It turns out that they kind of discourage wearing jewelry at work, and I started having problems with it connecting with my phone. It wouldn't pair up with the phone, and so I couldn't get my data off of it. Two things just kind of happened together, and at one point, it just made sense to stop wearing it. I've kind of been out of the habit of wearing a watch for a while anyway. I used to be a watch wearer all the time, and just kind of I had one watch really that I had just bought, and the strap broke, and I needed to get another one, and I went to a watch repair place. And it's like, no, this is a special one. You got to order from them, and it's like that kind of just killed me on watches. It's just too much of a pain in the neck to get a replacement or a replacement wrist strap, and so I just got out of the habit of wearing one. And then, of course, cell phones came along, and they have a clock and everything else in the world on them. So yeah, I was wondering that too, where Jeff is. Jeff's usually done with church by now. He's usually checked in on his way to lunch. See, that's probably what's happening. He's having lunch. I've been watching his Facebook channel for a while. I guess he's been recently went to Disney World because there were some pictures of that of he and his wife, and he bought a smartwatch that's got a higher IQ than you, and it nags you. Yeah. Last thing is, I need a piece of technology to be nagging me. Yeah, I could get married for that. You're right. Last week he was at a steakhouse for lunch. Okay. Oh, that's right. Last week was the one where I did the all day live stream with the empty couch for most of the day, right? How about the cabinets? Well, I mean, I canceled the cabinets. I basically just kind of decided I want to take some time off of that. We'll restart that at some point, but that's going to be a while for now. The whole thing just kind of left a bad taste in my mouth. I got to admit, I don't really know what it is that helps my subscriber numbers. It seems to me that the videos that get the least amount of views are the ones that get the most subscribers. Because you look at, for instance, the video I put up last night about the new blueberry bushes. That's not one of my better performing videos, but I've gotten a couple subscribers out of it. It's really weird how that works, because the ones that they get all the views don't get any of the subscribers. And I do get some ad revenue for it, so that's sort of why I like to leave them up. And Charlotte and Logan like them, so what more could you ask? They're looking to see how to plant berries. Yeah, I guess. Except I don't really show you how I do it, because I didn't show me digging the hole. I just said, okay, I'm going to dig a hole here, and the next scene there's a hole there. Yeah, yeah. You'd think that the ones that get more viewers, more views would also result in more subscribers. But I don't know. It just seems to be the opposite. Well, that is sort of the reason I like kind of doing all sorts of different things on these vlogs, because certain things aren't just, not everybody's into certain things. So, if sometimes it's a cooking vlog, and sometimes it's a gardening vlog, and sometimes it's a home improvement vlog, and sometimes it's a going out and doing something or looking at something vlog. You know what? It attracts all sorts of different people, and it also makes my vlog a little harder to categorize, because we just do all sorts of different things. The girls want berry plants now too. The only disappointment I think I'm getting is that it's going to be a couple years before I get any berries off of it, but that's okay. I plan on staying here for a while. You fall asleep often with my videos going and wake up with, and a ton of my videos have been broadcast. That's cool. Reminds me of an episode of Max Headroom where everything is TV related on that show. In this one episode, an unscrupulous network has started building something called Viewdos, where you can watch TV while you sleep. And so, yeah, we've kind of turned this into Viewdos because you can view while you doze. The girls watch me more than cartoons. That's great. Thank you, Charlotte and Logan. I'm glad that you watched me. I hope it can maybe teach you some things too. You don't necessarily learn anything from cartoons, do you? Has my monthly YouTube income been stable? Yeah, I mean, I'm by no means supporting myself doing this. I make a little bit of money off of it, and it's pretty consistent month to month. But it's never really been about supporting myself on this. This is just kind of a hobby. So how do the food videos do? They're average. There's a group of my audience that really likes the recipes, and so I get decent size views. I think normally a typical video for me is 500 or 600 views. A good one gets over 1,000. My JFK one, which is my best view so far, is pushing close to 50,000. So that's really exciting. Blueberries in the backyard, but you can't eat them because they're in the ground. That's a bummer. Oh, you're homeschooling the girls. That's good. That's a good thing. If you're in a position where you can do that, that's the way to go. What's my most popular views? Cooking, restaurant, or fix-up videos? I don't know. I'm not. I don't really track it that way. Um, there's one of my fix-it videos that I can't believe that's one of my best viewed videos. If you go to the front page of my channel, the top row of videos are the most recent ones, but the next row down is like my most popular videos. And of the six that are on that page, I can absolutely understand why five of them are there, because two of them are the two JFK videos, the one where I went into the jail cell and the one that I retraced Oswald steps from the book depository. So that I understand. There's one where Jordan, it was the day that we left my house and Jordan explained how we met. That's one of my more popular videos. Um, there's one where I described why I had to leave Disney, and of course that's a key part of my story, and so it doesn't surprise me. But then there's the one where I repaired the lamp in the apartment, and it's like that's like the number four video I've ever shot, and I don't get why people watch that one. Why is that one different than the others? I don't know. See, that's a good thing about homeschooling is because then the kids, I think, since they're more attached to you as their parents, I think they're more receptive to learning things from you. And the more you can do to teach them, stuff that they'll need in school, the better off that they'll be when they do get into school. So I'm a huge fan of homeschooling. I think, even if you can't go through the entire education process, anything you can teach your kids before they get into the process is a good thing. Charlotte says, "Mommy, I can spell now." That's awesome. Gonna have to just come up with some other way of doing things now, Rhonda. Yeah, that would be kind of fun to learn how to do that. Once the berry bushes start producing, I'll have more fruit than I know what to do with. I'll live with that. I can definitely live with that. Yeah, we'll have to do another episode of Who's Smarter, me or a squirrel? If the squirrels start going after the berries. Birds, that might be a different thing. I don't know. Even if I get a decent sized yield, if the birds get a few of them, you know what? That's not the end of the world. Parents have been doing that for decades, Rhonda. One of the things I am kind of looking forward to in terms of the berries is putting things in the yard that Flash is going to like, and I know that Flash will be all over those berries. Ones that fall on the ground. Um, That's gonna be for Flash, and Flash loves that kind of stuff. So she will be a huge fan of all that. Doesn't always have to just be about eating the grass. Cat is meowing at the TV, calling for Bite. Hey, Bite, your fans are calling you. I don't even see him. Usually that's enough to get him to come. Oh, there we go. There he is. Hey, buddy, come on up. Your friend in Canada wants to see you. When do the peppers get planted? I planted them about this time last year, and honestly, they didn't do very well early on. Because I think what happens, I think those peppers are sun lovers, and at this time of year, there just isn't a whole lot of sun out there, so they didn't do very well. But as soon as we got kind of into the guts of summer, and it was hot and sunny all day, then the peppers started doing really well. So we may plant them a little later this year. I don't know. We're gonna figure all that out and see how it works. Like I said, I was really happy with the pepper crop last year. I was very happy with the tomato crop last year, but I would like to try different things. So I don't know. We're gonna play it by ear and see what happens. But I definitely think that there will be at least some peppers. Hey, Pegtooth, how you doing? Have you ever thought about planting a citrus tree? Honestly, I have been thinking about fruit trees just in general in the yard. And that could be all sorts of things here. We had a peach tree in the backyard in California when I lived at my parents' house, and my mom hated it because it always overproduced, but I always loved getting fresh peaches off the tree. Oranges would be good, apples would be good, peaches would be good. I could see myself doing that. And now that I got a yard to do it, and I'm confident if I got too much produce from a tree, I could bring fruit into work and people would take it. So yeah, I think Home Depot does too. The only problem I potentially have with that is the fact that there isn't really a whole lot of areas in the yard where I get a lot of sun. There's trees all over in this yard, big ones in the front yard, big ones in the backyard. Um, and so it kind of rules out a lot of the areas where a tree would be good. What do I do with the pecans in the yard? Basically, the squirrels get the pecans. I haven't done anything with them. I don't know, maybe one of these years. There's all sorts of places here that will buy your harvested pecans. So, You don't understand why they don't teach kids to use cursive writing anymore? Yeah, I mean, I had to learn that, and the truth is, the only thing I ever write now in cursive is I have to signal if I to sign something. You know, I got out of the habit of doing it. I don't even know if I could do it really well anymore. I wish I could have pulled that off for the trailer, Peg. 849 would have been a good price for that trailer, but even then, I kind of had to believe that that just sounds too good to be true. Yeah, that doesn't surprise me. We don't teach our kids the life skills anymore. Let's teaching them other things. It's another reason to keep homeschooling as much as possible. Hey, buddy. You have anything to say? Yeah. Anyone else have anything to say? Yeah, see, that's good that you're working with the kids and getting them, to the point they can do as much as they can before they go to school. I have a feeling I'd probably do the same thing too if I had kids. Just because I love being a trainer. That's one of the things I do at work is be a trainer, and I've enjoyed doing that. Every job I've ever had, I've been a trainer at some stage, and it's probably one of the most rewarding parts of the jobs I've had. I love doing it at Disney. I love doing it. You know, um, I love doing it where I am now. Your hands are all healed up from the nasty frostbite. +6 outside. That doesn't sound like a lot of fun. I think we're supposed to be in kind of the mid 70s today. That's kind of a nice day. But we're supposed to get pounded in rain tomorrow, so I'm kind of looking forward to that. Maybe we'll get some good rain footage. Yeah, cursive isn't such a beautiful way of writing the way I write it. My writing is horrible. I can make it right if I do it nice and slow, but I think that's a big part of the reason I like to use the computer as much as I do. So it got really windy outside. I can hear it blowing around in there. Thank you, Michelle. Bite and Nibble appreciate the birthday greetings, and I hope you feel better. Oh, you want to see the T-shirt? Yeah, this is my Texas Chainsaw Massacre Salad Days shirt. So yeah, it's got the whole Texas Chainsaw Massacre family, and it says Salad Days at the bottom. The girls are already to the point where they can fix your computer. That's good. That's a good thing to do. Yeah, it's just gusty here. Every once in a while it just picks up and it's blowing really hard, and then it's calm again. I guess there's a little bit of breeze outside because I see some of the bushes waving a little bit, but not too much. But Texas is kind of a flat area, so haven't really figured out what the plans are for today. I got about half a dozen things written down that I want to do in upcoming vlogs. So I don't know. We'll probably pick something off the list. Yeah, I think that there's a lot of teacher in these genes. My mom was a teacher. My sister was a teacher. I believe her mom was a teacher. It's just it kind of runs in the family. Ever used Flex Seal? No, I haven't. You're cracking your pond and hoping it works. Yeah, well, we'll see. Logan's gonna make a cake and blow out the candles. Is that for these guys? Okay, Rhonda says the Flex Seal is good stuff, and she's the handy woman there. All right. I've heard about people do about that happening. We're back to the point where people siphoning gas out of other people's tanks now. I guess it isn't just a matter of sticking a hose in there and siphoning it out anymore. Now what I guess they're doing is drilling a hole in the bottom of your tank and letting the gas pour out that way. They don't find you handy, at least they should find you handsome. Well, it's a good thing he's handsome then. Yeah, you'll have to let us know how that Flex Seal stuff works. Everybody here seems to think it's good stuff. I've never worked with it, but give us a report. Let us know what happens. I had that fish pond in my house in California. Had some little micro cracks, but I was always able to just fill that in with the water sealing paint. I've heard of them stealing catalytic converters too. That's crazy too. Yeah, I guess we lost Pike here. Thank you, Charlotte. Yeah, my nose isn't working very well today. Well, I think we've kind of put in our 2 hours today, so I'm going to pull the plug on this one right now and go out and figure out what I want to do for a vlog today. So thanks everyone for watching. I'll see you next time. Good night.